Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Tech Stand Up Podcast. Today I'm joined by...
Hey, I'm Dave Stevens. I work for Hytrust, Inc., and we do multi-cloud security as well as data encryption for VMware and vSAN.
Oh, vSAN. Hey, sorry, Vic. I know you're going to watch this, but
Hi,
Dave
Vic.
here stole your topic. We're actually going to talk
Sorry,
about vSAN encryption.
Yep, that's
right?
exactly what we're going to
So
talk about.
one of the things that, I'm just starting on my vSAN journey and trying to slowly document that. And as I came across this research, I came across people having issues or a true understanding of what to do around encryption and key management and so forth. So could you just touch on a little bit from your experience with vSAN, the problems that customers have been facing with in regards to encryption?
Yep. So, in the past, encryption has been very difficult and unmanageable or unwieldy to get installed. However, with vSAN 6.6 and forward and vSphere 6.5 and forward, encryption is built into the product today. However, you do need a key manager in order to enable that capabilities inside there. And so that's where Hytrust comes in to enable that capability. And it gives you the comfort of knowing that no matter where your VM moves across the infrastructure, whether it's in vSAN, across multiple distributes, or over to, a vSphere data store, we can make sure that that data stays encrypted no matter where it moves. And it's fairly simple and easy to install. Kind of biased, but I think we have the easiest key management solution today out there. I'm an SE, I work with this stuff all the time. I can have a key management integrated into vSAN or vSphere in about 10, 15 minutes. For a customer, it's fairly simple. For us to do an install, it's usually within an hour, and you have encryption enabled, whether it's vSAN or vSphere, and you've got your data protected right there.
So now, have you seen any customers start down the journey without a key management system in place, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to start encrypting," and then all of a sudden they run into problems?
For our solution, no, I have not seen that. But there may be others out there, and I'm not going to bash anybody. But encryption itself in the old days always required agents to be installed on virtual machines, or for that matter, physical machines. We're a virtual appliance that deploys into your vSphere environment. The recommendation is to at least take one of our nodes. We're a clustered solution. We recommend you put one of those nodes or both of those nodes onto our management cluster to manage the keys in your vSAN. Because the last thing you want to do is put the key management server into your vSAN that you're encrypting. Because if you paid attention to some of the best practices out there, Mike Foley, shout out to you on all the stuff you've talked about on how to do key management best practices for vSAN and vSphere. You want to make sure that you have access to those keys, because when the vSAN powers off or the hosts power off, they're going to check in with the key manager. If the key manager's on that data store, you're not ever going to get those keys. And so your data at that point is lost forever.
All right, so I never even thought of that, right? Because mostly the way I provision my stuff is I have a small lab, so I'm just throwing stuff up like crazy. So I would probably fall into that line of, I would probably set it up, if I wasn't following the best practices guide, I would set it up to use that data store, because I wouldn't have thought, hey, you know what, I need this system away from here in the event of a failure, or I had to reboot my system and then essentially borking myself. So you just made me think of that now when I go back to my lab back at home, to make sure I don't have it configured that way.
Yeah, make sure you have in a larger shop, you would typically have a management cluster. Yep. And so that's where you put virtual center. So you want one of the key manager nodes beside that virtual, in the same area where that virtual center is. Because you can't equip virtual center either, otherwise you can't get access to the keys as well. If the virtual center powers off or the one infrastructure powers off.
So would you say it's fair to say that when you're preparing to deploy vSAN, maybe for the first time, or as a POC, you want to take into consideration your current key management system for encryption?
Yeah, if you have a key management solution, that you want to consider that. Try to understand how easy does it integrate into vSAN or vSphere. Like I say, ours is fairly simple to install. You want to understand your security posture inside your organization, what your policies are, and make sure that your key rotation, key rekeying, and key destroying or revoking matches your security policy inside your environment as well. So for some smaller folks, it may not be that big of a deal, but for larger folks, our product is all the way into large Fortune 500 companies, in federal locations, all around the world. They typically are going to have some sort of security policy, and you want to make sure that you start doing encryption, that your key management solution matches and can handle the capabilities or the requirements for your security policy.
Interesting. Well, we're going to be wrapping up here. Any last words?
No, thanks a lot for taking the time today, and let me talk a little bit about Hytrust and a little bit about key management and vSAN and vSphere.
Yeah, thank you. And Vic, I'll still record a podcast with you because you're probably going to follow up with me to say, Dave should have said this or that, and so forth, because I did have actually some questions written down at home to prepare for a podcast with Vic that I didn't bring with me because I wasn't expecting to run into you today. So It's a pleasure seeing you again. Thank you.
Great.
And until next time.